Fuck them.
Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Fuck them.
Agree, Mr. Berman. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast, powered by DealsInTheD.com. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Big E. Hello, Jay.
Hello, Mike.
How are you, my friend?
I'm perfect.
I can't look at him, dude.
Jesus.
I can't do
Dude,
it. I just can't do
I
it.
lost my shit, man. I walked down here this morning, and there he is with straightened hair. His hair is straight. His greasy plume is now straight.
Yeah. He looks like a he look. What do you?
It's
It's
absurd.
totally
He-
emo. He's an emo kid right now. Sorry, dude.
Fucking E. He looks sort of like the sheepdog in Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, there you go.
Because his shit comes down in the front.
Frank.
Something like that.
Hi, Frank. Hi, Ralph.
I like
Yeah.
it. This hair really expresses my teenage angst.
Says the 38-year-old. It is absurd, Jesus.
I love it. I'm gonna
You
start
look
doing it
shorter,
regularly.
dude.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
he does. He looks like dramatically. He
Yeah.
is. I mean, the plume adds a good 3-4 inches
Yeah.
on him.
good point.
Yeah, he got his hair did over here yesterday, and then Christina was like, I kind of want to take the straight iron to it. And he's like,
Is that all it was? Just one of those,
That's all it
you
was.
squeeze it together and it's heated up, yeah? Wow, man, that shit is straight.
And I'm in the other room, and I hear E, and he's like, fuck yes! Dude, that looks fucking great! He's screaming like she's got one, and it's just coming over his eye.
And he's just looking in the mirror, loving it.
The rest is like pinned up. The plume is pinned up, and he's just
Yeah.
got this swath over there. He's like, fuck yes! He could not get it. He was so loved it.
I'm so into it. You're right.
He
I
does
went
look
home and
like
looked at myself in the mirror a little bit, to be honest with you.
it is very emo.
I know.
He's got the shaved
Yeah.
sides, and yeah,
He looks like the emo kids on South Park.
Perfect.
makes you want to go like all the
Small
Go to a
things.
good Charlotte concert right now.
Oh my god!
Oh, Jesus. I think he's actually going to go to her like once a week and get it done. Like, he wants to do this now. This is
But
what he wants.
this will help with the dancing competition
Sure.
because he's going to be slicking it back, right?
Yeah,
But,
because
but
of the-
if he washes it, it's done. Like, so he can't wash it before Saturday. He's got 2 dance lessons between now and
As if
then.
that's some obstacle in his
Right.
life.
Oh, no.
But he's going to go running.
No, you
he's
can
going
take-
to
I
he's
can
going to
take-
dance twice.
I can take showers.
He just
It's
wears a
you just don't have to
bathing
wash it.
cap.
No. It's just as long as you don't use the soap.
So
if
you're
you just
telling
get it
me
wet, it's-
before you go dance at the Townsend on Saturday, you will have gone, I don't know, 4 or 5 days in a row without washing your hair?
I watched
Does that
it.
seem acceptable to anyone? Unacceptable to anyone else in the
I'm
room?
doing it for the
Unacceptable.
hair. No, actually, what she said is, for someone like me, if I only wash it once or twice a week, if you do it once a week, it's not going to be perfect like this every time. But if you do it once a week, and I only wash it once or twice a
Perfect
week,
like
I
this.
can't even take him seriously,
I
man.
know. I know.
Not that I took him seriously before, but dude, just oh my god, he looks so different.
Oh, he so does. All this for this damn dancing competition he's into. We threw it in members area today, but we interviewed another one of the people that he's going against.
Yeah, one of his opponents who's nipping at his heels in terms of donations.
Not happy about this.
Jay did not even want to mention the money thing.
I didn't want to poke the bear.
I know. I don't think we poked the bear.
I hope we didn't poke the bear.
I don't think we poked the bear.
Because our best chance at hardware at this point, he's not going to win the dance competition, right?
I don't know,
One trophy
dude.
goes to that, and
Well,
then
for one-
the other trophy goes to the highest donation. So
I don't think that's necessarily true. It sounds like no one has any necessarily experience dancing, and we know that the judges based on money donations. So even if for some reason I weren't able to get the top money donation, me and the second place girl are so far behind the others that I think that would at least help.
Ahead of the others.
Or so ahead of the others that I think that would help.
okay, Tard, explain yourself. So you get a few points from the judges for being the top.
It's unofficial,
Okay.
but it's known that the judges do give you a little
Give you
more
some
leeway,
favor.
give you a little more favor if you have more money raised.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Jay and I were trying to downplay it. We're like, hey, you've done
Yeoman's work.
Yeoman's work.
Well done.
Congratulations.
It's all about the kids.
Take a break. Take a breather. You've done your part. For
Got a
the
busy
kids.
schedule from now till Saturday.
Very, very
just
busy.
Focus on work.
Yeah. Let's get into that. Let Saturday unfold the way it's going to unfold. I could hear it in her voice that she was like, fuck you. I thought I was
Especially
going to
with
run
something-
away. I thought I was going to slaughter. That was the one thing I could do was raise the money. And it's like all of a sudden this fucking little asshole comes out of nowhere. Who is he, and how is he beating me in fundraising? And it's like, oh boy,
It's like
this woman's competitive.
It's like Scooby-Doo, dude, where it's kind of like, I would have made it too if it weren't for these nosy kids or something. She's like, she thought she had it, and she's just like, who is this fucking asshole?
Yeah.
Who then also
We're paraphrasing. She didn't swear at all. I
No,
don't
and she
believe,
was also
but-
revealed. It was also revealed to her, and you'll have to go to the members area. Some of the interesting ways that we've raised money over this
Yeah,
period.
Sure. Yeah, she didn't have to drink one glass of urine. Not one.
She
and
claims.
she's up there close to where E is. So I don't know, E, if you're going to have to make a push here. Do you have anything
I
you
know.
want to do? Like,
Yeah, I'm 1,000 above her, but man, it does seem like she's on the
she's picked
prowl
up.
here.
She's picked up a few since we talked
I know.
to her.
So
and
I've
it's,
thought
ugh,
about this. There's like
nipping.
Poke the bear.
13. It would be 1,000, just a little bit under $1,300 to get to $15,000.
You think 15 will do it for you?
I don't think there's any chance she can get to 15, dude. There's no chance.
Well, from what I know about her, she's a go-getter. Dude.
I know, but that's a
wouldn't
lot
put
of
it
money,
past
man.
her.
That's a lot of money. So
Yeah.
I've thought that and I'll put this on social networking as well, but if someone can put me over, God damn it,
Place.
if someone can place me over $15,000, you can come and have a dinner at the Fady Manor.
Whoa.
Wait, you mean
My mom will make dinner. I can't get my brother there probably because he's out of state, but my sister, my Lord Aaron Rodgers, I'll get them there. My mom and dad.
Can they take part in any petty family arguments that go on
Sure.
at said dinner?
Yeah.
Sure.
Awesome.
so if
that's
I would-
behind the
I
so
would-
scenes
if a
of
plate
shit.
gets chucked against the wall and a screaming match
Right.
ensues, they can
They can
partake.
see Tony, Pat Tony.
They can say, hi, Mrs. Fady.
They can say, "Hi, Mrs.
And
Fady."
really mean it.
Hi, Mrs. Fada. She's probably watching right now. She's like, "Oh shit, Eric's bringing someone."
I haven't
over
let
to
her
the
know
house.
this yet, but I will do it. If someone places me over to $15,000 mark.
So they don't have to give $1,300. You just
No.
like donate. Whoever
Yeah.
crosses the finish line at 15 grand.
That's true.
So
But
somebody
there's
can
only
go
one way to
13
guarantee.
Right, 1,300
I
right
mean-
now.
Can they take pictures or video at the dinner?
Yes.
a family
yes,
image?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Oh, a family image will be taken.
All right, and they can ask your mom whatever.
I mean, I would hope that people would be
Within
mildly
reason,
respectful.
yeah.
Yes,
I
but
mean-
yeah, certainly you can talk about whatever.
We
And
certainly
my
don't
mom will
wanna-
make a dinner. It won't be carry out. I'll make sure my mom makes she's decent at meatloaf.
Can they see the dining room couch? For
They
for
can
example?
sit on the dining room couch.
Can they see Nana's old room?
Yeah, I guess you can look at.
Fuck yes.
Sure.
You have to be able. I was like, "What are you talking about?" Of course. What is it? What is it? Roped off?
Yeah, this will be interesting. I'm
like
sure my
Lincoln's
parents will
bedroom.
be thrilled that I've offered this out there, but
Hold on, Nana didn't die in there, did she?
There's
no,
a
she did
chalk
not.
outline of
No, she
Nan
did
on the
not.
floor.
You know what, dude? I don't know if
They haven't taken the police tape down yet, so no one's allowed up there.
I don't know if we ever talked about it, but it came.
She's in the
close.
walk like the Egyptian pose.
she was presenting. So that's rude.
I don't
man.
know if we ever
shouldn't even
talked
talk
about it, but
that.
it came close. Here's what happened. She had a situation one night where she was sleeping. She'd been asleep for a while.
Did you resuscitate her?
We couldn't. We're like, man, dude. Normally we can wake her up. She's not.
Were you slapping her? Stay with me, Nana. Stay with me.
No.
Go away from the light, Nana. Run from the light.
But we called 911. We had
It's too soon. It's too soon, Nana.
we had the whole thing. The ambulance
Wow.
come, police come, yada yada.
Yeah.
And they took her from the house to the hospital, and she, didn't come back in the end. But
Oh, sweet Nana.
But
Oh,
if
that's
we had
how it
not,
ended?
But if we had not called the ambulance, if we had waited till the morning and
Yeah.
said, "Hey, she's asleep," we'll wait till the morning, do something in the morning.
You'd have
she'd
a decent-sized carcass in there.
we'd have a dead body in the house, and I don't know what I
Wow.
would have done about that.
How long would
Do you
Nana
go, you hold the arms, your dad holds the feet, and you go 1
and a
2 and a 3.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's how it would have gone. Exactly.
So if it was left
Got to
to
clear
you,
the back
E,
deck, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got enough room back there, though. You know what I mean?
if it was left to you though, and Nana was sleeping, you're like, well, I'm gonna let her sleep. She's obviously needed the rest. How many days would it be before you went?
No, it
Finally
would've-
went like, dude,
Yeah,
this is
yeah, Norman Bates, tell us.
Screw you.
man. She's been out for 4 days now. This is getting weird.
Screw you. Although I will say, I will not lie. If the parents had been gone for a night for some reason on a weekend, there's a good chance I don't know. No, I mean, I would have called in the morning.
Yeah, you wouldn't-
100% in the morning. I would have been like, holy shit, dude, she should have been up by now. She
Yeah.
walks around. But I don't know that I would have necessarily.
You wouldn't have heard the plaintive wail. The
She was
wheeze, the
asleep.
distinctive wheeze.
She was
Yeah.
asleep, dude. The reality is she was probably in a coma. You son of a bitch.
Oh man.
Oh, sweet Nana.
No, but anyway,
But it
is
didn't
what
happen
is.
that way.
No,
and
it didn't happen that
if
way.
the
And we didn't get
winter,
to say goodbye. So
so they can see her room.
Can
does
you
she
still
have,
smell Nana in there?
no, we
guarantee you
we-
can.
No,
Yeah.
no,
I can
no.
still smell my Nana in their home
well,
out west.
Yeah.
well,
yes, you walk in there.
to the-
Does she still have her Metallica posters up?
Sure.
Ride the
whatever.
lightning, baby.
Yes, exactly. But anyway, whoever can go to ericfady.com and get the thing over $15,000, that's your prize.
And
That's
Mongoloid Aaron Rodgers is there. Is
I'll try. We'll have to
Good
plan a
deal.
day where I make sure my sister will hate
Would it
this.
be
by
too
the
much
way,
to
but
ask to toss the rock with Mongoloid Aaron Rodgers just for a minute while mom's
if it-
making
I mean,
dinner?
I guess if you want to wait till a time, the problem is the weather-wise. I mean, we can, dude. If you want to wait 6 months and have it be a time where the weather is more apt to go outside and throw the rock around,
It
a
could be
little.
like Lambeau though. If
Fady
it's
family
snowing,
football game, little touch football like the Kennedys.
I love it.
Well, I've never. I don't think I've ever brought it up on the show before, but I used to have like a football field in
Oh,
my
you brought
backyard.
it up.
Okay,
Oh, of course
yeah,
you did.
you
painted
lined it.
painted the
Yeah.
lines and stuff.
I mean, there
yeah.
was so much land at the manor. It was like,
Yeah,
why not?
rolling
Why not?
hills.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is it, man. So it goes.
So
you
is
have
this? Are they invited over for Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas
No,
dinner? Or what are
it's
we?
not
What are we
gonna-
talking
a dinner,
about?
A dinner, probably Friday or Saturday night, and you can. We'll pick it. We'll make it work for everyone's schedule, but
That's
it'll
some
be dinner
behind
with
the
the
scenes
Fady
shit,
family.
man.
And
I haven't even met Mrs. Fady.
Yeah, I met her. She does not like. Oh, she fucking despises me.
Yeah.
Oh, she didn't like you, but she hates me.
I don't know. We asked her.
Hates
We
me.
asked
No,
her
I'm
who
telling
she
you,
hated worse.
she has a love-hate with you, Mike. I'm telling you this.
I'm telling you, she fucking. If she could have
No.
me killed, she would.
I
She's
disagree.
just trying to figure it out.
I disagree because here's the thing: my mom is desperate to have me not leave the state and look for jobs anywhere else. So although she hates a lot of things that you maybe make me do, or she thinks you
I
push
don't-
me,
I don't make you do anything.
Okay, that's her.
You're an independent contractor.
That's not
yeah.
what I didn't even say work. I said, but although she may not like some of the things that you maybe persuade me to do or talk about,
Suggest.
she
At best,
she
suggest.
loves the fact that what you're doing is keeping me in state and close to her.
Well, you're
So-
welcome, Mrs. Fady. You're welcome.
With sweet hair. Hey, insurance, we all need it, and most of us don't know what kind of coverage we even have or who provides it. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasik from Wasik Insurance Services change all that. Brent has over 29 years in the business, offers all types of insurance coverage, auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. Call Brent Wasik at 734-455-1900 for a free, no-obligation quote. Also, Michael Kowalski is reminding you that serving size is just a suggestion. So for your next tailgate, trust your gut with Kowalski sausages. Just tell him Mike sent you. Kowalski quality for over 97 years.
Hey, traditional. What's the traditional meal for Thanksgiving? With
I
you
go
guys?
turkey.
Turkey,
Yeah,
right?
turkey, mashed potatoes.
Yeah, the cranberries, whatever.
Yeah, take it or leave it. Some salad.
Olives, green olives, black olives, usually on our table. I love scalloped potatoes personally.
Green beans. There's got to be green beans.
Yeah, I don't eat things that are green usually unless it's green M&Ms. But that's fine. Crescent rolls, maybe.
Yes.
I love a good crescent roll, right? The flakiness. Oh, just
God, once you get that package open, though, it scares the shit out of me every time.
Every single time.
Ah!
So, you know what's even worse? Because usually you have to bang it on the corner of at the edge of the table, like pop,
Yeah.
and then it pops. Sometimes when I'm peeling that thing off,
Sure.
it pow, and
Yes.
it's like, oh, you
Premature
son
pow.
of a bitch. Yeah, the premature pow, and it scares me every time too. I was wondering, Edie, you guys do that too, right? You're a turkey family.
Yeah.
I know some people I think do
well, you know
ham
what?
too.
You know what? I will say the last few years, my mom has gotten a little more. Like, she does the fixings. She makes homemade stuffing and this and
Oh,
that.
stuffing. Forgot about that too.
But she has been going to Gordon Food Service and getting, like, you can get a ham/turkey pre-prepared
Really?
situation. Yeah.
Kind of going
It's
with
actually
the,
pretty
the
good.
John Madden route, the turducken
Yeah,
style.
right.
The reason I ask is I ran up to my bank the other day and was just going up to the ATM, and they've got a security guard there. He used to be a cop in Detroit. He's a big dude. It's like 60 degrees out. He's got his winter hat on, you know, and I'm laughing at him. And I talk to him every time I go there, and I'm like, yeah, so you getting ready for Thanksgiving? You know, he's like, yep, hell yeah. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? What are you
Sweet potato pie.
What are you having for dinner? And he says, goat.
What?
Either goat or sheep. And I was like, what? And he's like, oh yeah, whole thing. Cook the whole thing.
Sure you didn't say lamb?
Maybe it was lamb. Dude, but he was telling me.
Goat.
I thought it was a goat. But it was like a whole one. Like they caught a goat or something and like they do with those pigs. I think he had a giant pig one year, head and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, apple in the mouth. Yeah, and I'm like,
I bet he said
God,
lamb. I'd be
just-
surprised if he said goat.
I thought it was. I'm going to ask him again if it
All
was
right.
either sheep, goat, or lamb.
Say, man, can we return to that prior conversation? Did you say goat?
Goat. But I was shocked. I was like, I thought it was just an autumn. It was a given. We're all eating bird.
Yeah.
We're all eating turkey. Maybe ham. Anyway, I'll ask him to remind me. But hey, you seeing Senator Al Franken? Come on down.
Oh, Franken.
Come on down. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
I know, he's a real
can't-
dick.
I can't stand Al
Condescending
Franken.
asshole.
Yeah, he is. He's a condescending prick. And
And you know, if this were Trump in this photo that you're just about to talk about, impeach him immediately.
yes, that's the thing. Like with him. Okay, so basically, if you haven't seen it, you're living under a mushroom. It's everywhere today. But Leanne Tweeden, she's,
Formerly of Best Damn Sports Show, period, I believe, with John Sally and Tom Arnold.
okay, I knew I recognized the name. She's from L.A. and she does like a morning show there on one of the stations. But she used to be the girl on that.
I believe, I'm 99% sure.
Okay. She is claiming that Al Franken, Senator Al Franken from Minnesota, groped her without her consent more than a decade ago. She's a morning anchor on McIntyre in the Morning, which is on a LA station.
So this was in 2006 during a trip over to Afghanistan.
Right. One of those, what do they call those shows? Those,
Yeah.
yeah.
SO, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
USO.
USO.
USO, thank you.
Is he at that point a senator?
I don't believe he's yet a senator.
But he's running. He's out of the comedy game as his main thing.
Yeah.
And he's on to this
I think so.
notion that he's a representative of the people.
Yes. And so he was headlining the event, probably as a stand-up, maybe do a skit or two because he's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And she was supposed to be the MC for the event. Well, instead, she ended up writing this post that says, Franken included in the script, so he'd written some sort of skit, and it's like, yeah, we're going to act this out. And she's like, okay, whatever. And in the script, he'd added a kiss between the two of them. And she's like, yeah. He's like, oh, we need to rehearse. We need to rehearse the kiss. And she's like, dude, this isn't SNL. We can go wing it. Who cares? He was adamant that we need to rehearse this. Finally, she's like, okay, whatever. I suspected what he was after, but I figured I could turn my head at the last minute or put my hand over his mouth, get some laughs from the crowd, that kind of thing. And instead, he insists on rehearsing this. And when so when she's like, no, I don't want to do the kiss part, in rehearsal, he like grabbed her head and just fucking jammed his tongue in her mouth. Just, gross, by the way. She said it was horrifying. Mashed his lips against mine aggressively, stuck his tongue in my mouth. I was disgusted and violated. She continued with the performance, so I didn't want to rock the boat. They're here for the USO thing. And so later, Franken, knock it off, Franken, decides, let's take it up a notch. Let's just start groping her titties. That's what she says. Without her consent, while she slept during the flight home from Afghanistan to L.A., an act she only discovered while looking through photos from the trip. He has now come out and apologized for this.
Just trying to be funny. Obviously.
What do you think he said?
He says he doesn't remember the skit.
Oh,
I
man,
have
that
no
is
recollection of that.
That time I just stuck my tongue in that girl's throat.
And him,
boy,
him,
oh boy.
him, I believe, having been married to the same woman for like 3 decades or more.
Yes,
You
absolutely.
really, you wouldn't remember that?
Yeah.
Because as a longtime married guy, I can tell you with certainty, I would remember kissing another woman.
What if it happened all the time, though?
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know what I mean? 'Cause
Many of
if
them.
it happened every week, God, you're trying to get that microfiche going back to 06 or something. It's like, shit, I don't know. Which weekend? So he says, I certainly don't remember the rehearsal for the skit in the same way. So that tells me he does remember the skit. But boy, oh boy, if that memory is just gone, though, that rehearsal.
I'd love to see that skit and see how important that kiss was to the
How
overall
crucial
presentment of the skit.
to the storyline.
I'm sure it
I'm
was.
sure it was very important.
So he says, I don't remember it the same way, but I send my sincerest apologies to Leanne. As to the photo, it was clearly intended to be funny, but wasn't. I should not have done it. Anyway, while debating whether or not to go public, I thought to myself, this is her again. So much worse has happened to so many others. Maybe my story isn't worth telling, but my story is worth telling. And if I can help one more
Hashtag
person,
me
blah,
too.
blah, blah. Hashtag me too. Here's the thing. The titty groping picture there, right? I am willing to give him the benefit of the doubt that that's a comedy photo. He's looking back at a camera, and it looks like he's about to grab her tits, but he's not really grabbing her tits. It doesn't.
You don't
look
think
like
he is?
I don't.
I totally think he is. She
Do
has
you?
a flak jacket on, but yeah, I think he's got his hands on her tits.
I think. Yeah.
She's
Okay.
got big old titties.
Does she?
Yeah.
Huge titties. Okay. Which are very inviting. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, who wouldn't want to grab a pair of voluptuous titties?
Can't blame Senator Al Franken for wanting to. However, he shouldn't have.
I'd be willing to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's getting a laugh in that room by like, she's asleep. Look at him grabbing her titties kind of thing. And it's funny. But the fact is, this asshole is known, all of these guys, they love the gotcha moment. And it's just like, no matter what, this guy is a disgrace to his constituency, blah, blah, blah. They get all holier than thou. He's the one that was pressing, what's his name, Jeff Sessions, about some detail, called him a liar. The whole you lied to Congress was because of Al Franken. And his remember that retarded question that made no sense that he asked Jeff Sessions? I can't remember exactly what it was. But, you don't remember Senator Sessions? You don't remember? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, you don't remember that, Al? Really? You don't remember it? I have no soft spot for him.
And to back up, I mean, I think that's totally over the line. I understand he's trying to be funny there, but dude, he's touching a chick's boobs is sleeping.
Yeah, I guess I was thinking it was like there was a little bit of space between them. Like he was cupping the mounds with his hands. Now,
he's kind of like miming like he's about to.
Yes, exactly. But you're right, that because I think that's true of his left hand, but his right hand might have just the fingertips.
I think he's got her boob, man.
You think so?
Yeah.
Those are big boobs then. See if you can get in there, E. So the other thing that should be pointed out is she's wearing a helmet. She's got a coat on.
Yeah,
she's got a flak
they're on a
jacket.
transport plane.
So,
leaving Afghanistan, going back, and so she's all of them, most of them, except for apparently the senator, are suited up in flak jackets and stuff.
Right, and so he's probably a good 2 inches from any skin.
Right.
There's a lot between them. Doesn't make it right. I'm not saying it makes it right, but the right is already. He needs to step down. Like the
he'd be all over it though. That's
course
that's
he
the
would.
bullshit part of this. He would be the first. Impeach him now.
It's just so. It's
to
so
see him
dumb.
assaulting this woman. We suspected he would act like this, but to see this, he'd be all over it.
He's the one he's one of the leading voices to all over Trump as a predator and blah blah blah, and I'm sure more will come out. I was watching a chick yesterday on the news who was talking about like. Might have been Laura Ingraham, actually. She was like, yeah, when I was young coming up in this area, like, it happened to all of us. We all got, how many people come forward? There could be tons of them.
Propositioned. I've told you this story. The woman I used to work with was absolutely propositioned by Biden.
Yeah.
You're hearing Biden in the news more and more because he's got the book out, and and it's very much looking like he'll run in 2020.
And Biden is the one that was so offended by Trump's comments, he wanted to take him behind the shed, right?
Absolutely.
I mean,
he is such a family man.
Such
a family man.
He said, I'm not. He said the locker room talk, right? He goes, if that locker room talk, if I'd ever been in a locker room and someone talked like that.
Take him out behind the shed if you know. You're going to beat him up, Joe, are you?
Total bullshit.
Total bullshit. And what was the quote, Jay? Do you remember what the quote was that Biden said? Because if you don't, I do.
I don't.
I believe it was something along the lines of.
So aren't you gonna
when, how? Yeah, you want to go in the back and suck
Oh,
my cock?
right. This woman I work with. Yeah. I
Was
thought
it-
you meant what he said about Trump. Yeah.
No.
That's absolutely it.
Yeah, like you want to go in the back and suck my cock.
No, it was more like when. When are you going to come suck my cock?
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yeah, I'm good."
not.
This young law student at the time.
And what do you think? Do you believe this girl? Was she credible to you?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
100%, 110%.
I can honestly say I don't think I've ever uttered those words to a girl. Like, hey, by the way, when are we going to go and have you suck my cock?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it shows the level of, because I think if you really
How
push down on
pervasive
it,
it is.
it's
It's all of them. It doesn't matter what party.
Yeah.
It's just these power player assholes.
and it's much like Hollywood is Washington, and I think just the ego and the belief in yourself that you have to even climb that ladder to get there means you think you are the shit and untouchable. And so I think, there's probably an occasional, I don't know, Lindsey Graham out there that's never fondled a titty or a buttocks, or a Marco Rubio, or what. There's probably a couple
Sure.
out there that are fine, but I'm being totally serious. My guess is majority of them throughout their careers have done some level of sexual or inappropriate.
I would guess the same.
Yeah, would you?
Yes,
Yeah.
the majority.
Yep.
Hey, Zot M59 Dodge Rams Black Friday sales event only happens once a year. Unfortunately, it's happening right now. Lease the award-winning new 18 all-wheel drive Dodge Charger GT at just $249 a month. This is a 24-month lease on a loaded all-wheel drive Dodge Charger at just $249 a month. And when Zot M59 Dodge Rams Black Friday sales event ends, so does this irresistible deal. See details and their massive inventory at dealsinthed.com.
Jay, I totally believe these women with the Roy Moore story. 4 more women came out.
Really?
Yes, and like these stories they all seem to fit a pattern. It's like Harvey Weinstein wants to just jack off in front of a chick, make her really uncomfortable to make him watch jack off, that kind of thing. Louis C.K. same way. Like there's a pattern. It's not like, oh, he raped me, but then he just jacked off in front of me, and then he drugged another girl. Like it's like I'm either
consistency.
I'm a drug guy, I'm a fucking whack off in front of you guy, I'm a rape guy. Those are the categories they tend to fall into.
And this guy's a young girl guy.
This is creep guy at the mall. Who's a district attorney.
Goes on to be a judge, now possibly a senator. I mean, what the hell?
And they say he could still win. That Alabamans, it's like a different world. And they're like, and that they're trying to like, man, the governor's got to put a timeout on this shit, get a special election going. Because for Alabamans, they're like, our choice is creepy, possible pedophile guy, not cool, but better than someone who's pro-abortion or whatever, pro-abortion. So they're like weighing this thing. It's like, yeah, he might have fondled a chick or two in high school, but boy, that's better than those people on the left. So anyway, 4 more chicks have come out. Tina Johnson's one, said he groped her during a visit to his law firm in '91. Gina Richardson, Becky Gray say Moore made unwanted advances when they were working at a department store. 4th woman, Kelly Thor, said he asked her on a date when she was 17. The one that I thought was funniest was Gina Richardson. She was working at Sears, going to high school. We did that. I mean, when we were in high school, I believe we worked at Sears.
Sears Paint and Hardware.
You and G did. Mm-hmm. So anyways, he says he asked her out at Sears, and she's like, she declined to give him her phone number, so he called her school. And they page her.
The district attorney at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, hello, and the male voice on the other line said, Gina, this is Roy Moore. I was like, what? He said, what are you doing? I said, I'm in trig class. Moore asked her out again on the call, and later returned to Sears. He then returned to Sears to ask her out again. She finally said yes, and their date ended with Moore giving what she says an unwanted, forceful kiss that left her scared. I never wanted to see him again.
Ugh, creeper.
As soon as I heard banned from the mall, I was like, nah.
As soon as I heard that, too, I'm like, all right, there's got to be half a dozen more people that are about to come out.
Yeah, probably did not end there, but
It's not possible this guy wins, is it? I know you just talked about what their thought process is down there, but come on.
Dude, it's like neck and neck. And that dude, Roy Moore, was up by like 7 points. Now it's neck and neck, but I don't know. I have a feeling someone's going to step in and call a timeout or something, get someone else in there, but we'll see. But the mall banning thing and having those cops and all those other people go, oh, yeah, he wasn't allowed back in the... It's like, think about some of the pieces of shit you've seen Like Big E's never. You've never been banned from a mall, have you?
No, I have not.
you're-
actually,
The
believe it or not.
riffraff you see wandering around a
Oh,
mall,
think about the dirts.
who clearly are not there to buy anything.
No.
They're just loitering. You know?
They're gonna get a Slurpee, maybe a pretzel.
Maybe an orange Julius if we're lucky.
Yeah, and they're gonna walk around and they're gonna knock mannequins over, or they're gonna steal something, and it's like, yeah, get out of here, you. None of them get banned. I've never seen anyone banned. He's on the banned list. Wow, think about that. Hey, the guy we were talking about yesterday that, thank God he had all his guns that killed all those people in California. They found his wife.
I know.
Well, they found the body of his wife, Kevin Neal's wife, hidden under the floorboards when they raided his home.
It's very Poe-like, isn't it, E?
Oh yes.
Oh, Telltale
Telltale
Heart.
Heart.
Uh-huh.
Boom, boom.
Investigators,
Maybe it drove him mad.
Yeah, it's a good story and a good lesson.
investigators have not determined a motive, but believe the killing of his wife started his rampage. They
Yeah.
think, and it's like, well, yeah, duh. He killed his wife, and then it was like, fuck it, game over. And that he had a desire to kill as many people as he could. They believed there was a domestic violence. Neighbors believed there was a domestic incident at his home the day before he went on his rampage. It was apparent he tried to cover up his wife's body. There was a hole cut in the floor. We're confident he murdered or shot her at some point on Monday and just stuck her body in this hole and just covered it up. And what a horrible story.
God, you don't
man.
take into consideration the stink. Just put her under the floor, forget
Yeah.
about her. Out of sight, out of mind. No, man, that thing's going to stink.
It's going to stinks bad.
Wow.
Fast, too. I
Yeah.
mean, like, fast.
Sure.
I don't know what the temperature is where they are, but if it's warm at all, I would think that would be. But obviously, he knew he was going to go down in a hail of gunfire. You know what I mean? That was obviously his plan. His family is like, we haven't seen him in months. They were appalled about hearing this. I guess he talked to his mom the day before. She's like, she won't give her full name. She's like, I just want to be left alone. I don't want people hurting me. But she's like, he called, and his mom was crying, and she said, he said, Mom, it's all over now. I have done everything I could do, and I'm fighting against everyone who lives in this area. The conversation was brief. He apologized repeatedly. She thought he was apologizing for money that she'd loaned him over the years. I was like, no, he's apologizing for what he's about to do.
The rampage.
Yeah, the montage. Well, awful story. See, the Pope got a Lamborghini?
I did see that.
Fucking A,
What
man.
the hell, man?
Yeah.
You can't drive a Lamborghini, dude.
I think he's got to give it a whirl, right? Bought the Pope a Lamborghini?
217 grand.
Yeah. I mean, don't you think at least a few donuts around the Vatican? Just out front.
Can you picture that? Son of a bitch has probably never driven in his life, you know?
No, remember Frank used to be wasn't he
Oh, he was a
doorman or
bouncer,
something?
yeah, no,
Bouncer,
he's-
yeah. He
he's
was a shit
worldly,
kicker
yeah.
back in the day, yeah.
Okay. He drives a stick.
Yeah. He's been handed the keys to a brand new papal-themed Lamborghini, as you say, worth 217 grand. It's got gold stripes, to match like his outfit that he wears. The special edition Hurricane will be auctioned off by Sotheby's.
He is blessing it.
Yeah, he gave it his blessing. With the proceeds going to charities, including one to help rebuild, some of those Christian communities that were absolutely decimated by ISIS. He promptly blessed it. Base prices for this car start around $217, but the special edition one built for the Pope, they expect to get a lot more for it. So
Sweet car, man.
yeah, it
Wow.
sure is. Some of the funds will go to rebuilding homes, churches, public buildings in the Nineveh Plains. Others will go to charities to help women who were forced into prostitution through the world. So
Anything the Pope can do, he's doing it.
yeah, hell yeah. Boy, that looks way better than the Pope Mobile.
I know.
I mean,
Can you
honestly,
imagine him rolling up in that?
dude, that'd be dope as shit. You see those doors open up like
Gull.
yeah, hell yeah.
Gull-wing doors.
Oh, it'd be awesome. By the way, when we were talking to E's dance competition yesterday, Chef Bobby,
Yeah.
he mentioned that he was going to an event before the dance
Yeah,
recital.
at Ford Field.
Yeah, they were expecting like what 70,000
That's
people
what he
out
said,
there.
yeah.
For Father Solanus Casey, a service for him, and I guess he's being blessed. There's talk of sainthood.
Yeah, it's the first step to sainthood or one of the steps to
Yes,
sainthood.
and so Jay and I were both like immediately like, okay,
Miracles.
miracles.
What'd you do?
What are we talking? And you thought it was 3 miracles he had to perform. I swear it's 2.
Okay.
But either way,
I think either way you go 3 just to make sure, right?
cover all bases. Why not? It's not bad to have an extra miracle on your record. Why-
Exactly.
I mean, the more the merrier. And so both of us were like, oh, yeah, dude, I need to know what his miracles were. And Chef Bobby,
He seemed not to really know. He was like, well, his body is in a state that's pristine after death, and that
Yeah.
shows something. And then he also healed a kid.
he healed a kid.
It's very general.
Yeah.
Very vague.
Very vague, yes. And so I did a little digging to find it because I couldn't sleep last night. I needed to know what his miracles were. It was killing me because we heard about the one where didn't one of them like some kid had a disease and like prayed to the dead guy father, and his cancer went away or something, and they were like, it's a miracle. That's his second one. Sainthood. It was
Really?
like,
After death?
wait a second. Yeah.
He's given credit for a guy praying to him after death.
So is
This
yeah.
is bullshit.
Oh,
Dude.
no. That's
That should be half a miracle. If you can stack a couple of those, then
Dude, you
then, okay,
can't
I'll
go
give you one.
halvesies on miracles.
If you can do four of those total, I'll give you 2 miracles.
You'll give me 2?
Yeah. If 4 people can show to have prayed to you, invoked your name,
Dude, but if you don't put your hand on my forehead and bless my child, or something, like I just don't think after death you can still be claiming credit for miracles. I mean, call me crazy, but anyway, so he would be the second U.S.-born man to achieve this designation. Being named blessed is what it would be. So, and he talked about the beatification. Is that how you pronounce it? Being named blessed would be the first. He'd be the first Michigan man ever to have that
is
distinction.
it blessed?
Is it blessed or blessed?
I would say blessed.
Okay.
Blessed Father so-and-so.
Shit, you're probably right. You would know more than me. I'll say blessed from now forward.
Heretofore.
Yeah. Pope Francis recognized the authenticity of a miracle necessary for the friar to be elevated from venerable to blessed. Okay, so he's a measly venerable at this point, right? And he's taken that next step to blessed, and you know what comes next. You know what the next step is.
Saint.
Yeah. I mean, so dude, this is a big deal.
Where's knight?
So
Is knight before venerable?
it might be.
Because everybody gets knighted, Phil Collins.
Yeah.
Sir Phil Collins.
Yeah, dude, I don't think they're even in the same
No.
ballpark.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
think there's way more.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like to be blessed or venerable. I mean, saint, huge. So anyway, the Pope with his team, there was a thorough review by the Vatican's congregation
team.
for the causes of saints, including panels of doctors, theologians, and this was completed earlier this year. The miracle needed to raise Father Solanus to blessed involved a woman with an incurable genetic skin disease. Okay? She was visiting friends in Detroit and stopped at Father Solanus' tomb to pray for others. So she brings, she's coming from Panama. She's got 14 she's begging for 14 different prayers and stuff. She's got all these notes.
And she's gross herself. Like her skin is just
horrible,
ugh,
incurable.
ugh.
And so she's putting all these notes on the tomb, like I need this done. Mary wants a bike,
Yeah.
so and so. Timmy wants a new, flute for Christmas, whatever. She's putting all these prayers on there, and then she's walking away, and she gets this overwhelming feeling like, I'm supposed to ask for a prayer too. Like some voice came to her. You need to ask for a prayer yourself, my dear. And so she went back in there, and started to pray. She felt a strong urging to ask for the friar's intercession for herself too, and received an instant and visible healing. The miraculous nature of her cure was verified by doctors in her home country, in Detroit and in Rome, all of whom confirmed there was no scientific explanation.
Huh.
So she goes back to her room, and her gross skin thing.
Yeah, we found no Gold Bond medicated powder anywhere.
No, I mean I don't know how hard they looked for it, but dude, she shed like a snake. Like all the bad skin just fell off, and now she's hot again, I guess, or something. And so it's like, yeah, we can't explain that, and so they chalked it up to Father Solanus, and they gave him credit for that. What do you think?
Again,
I mean,
I'd give him half a point.
but dude, if there's no explanation, why wouldn't you just be like, dude, whatever? I mean, she went there and specifically requested him, and then she got cured. I know how you feel. I wasn't crazy about the cancer one, because it's like we've seen kids get cured from cancer. You don't just give some guy sainthood over that.
Yeah, the skin thing is pretty sweet.
But now, I mean, he's got to come up with another one. I mean, we're still, the clock is ticking, and we're waiting on that second miracle. Otherwise, he's going to be stuck in blessed land for.
And do you only get a certain number of ballots? Like, Trammell's on his last Hall of Fame ballot here. If he doesn't get in on this one,
I don't think it's like baseball where you get a certain amount of chances. Like if that second miracle happens, because he's been dead for 60 years.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I just don't know if there's a limit. No limit?
I don't think so.
Right.
I don't think so. Anyway,
Now, what did Chef Bobby say about his body, the state of his body?
It's totally preserved, maintained. It's spectacular.
So is that not
Spectacular.
a miracle in and of itself?
Wasn't King
Tutankhamun?
Tutankhamun, wasn't his preserved too? Like,
Well, dude, he was mummified, man.
okay, well, what did they do to him?
I think they just entombed him, and
I think someone did something special.
upon being exhumed, they were like, "Wow, that's according to Chef Bobby." Bobby.
So are they going to show that off to us?
I don't know. Is
dude-
that counting as the second miracle?
Well, in my book, it would be, unless I don't know. I don't know how
read on. Were there more? Or do
miracles.
we have the skin. We've got the gold bond situation, and we've got the crazy good looks after death.
It says that his beatification will take place in Detroit at Ford Field on Saturday. Before
Just like Chef
sainthood,
Bobby said.
before sainthood, though, which is the final step before sainthood, which would require a second miracle attributed to Father Solanus intercession after he is made blessed. So the second miracle has to come after he's named blessed.
Is there anything we can do for him to make this happen? I mean, he seems like a good guy.
Yeah, and
You
he's
know?
from here. I mean, he's from Wisconsin, but he spent majority of his time here,
Yeah.
and he did all his soup kitchen work here. He's just a great guy all around. It sounds like. I don't know if there's anyone out there that can recall, like, something that maybe was a miracle. Might as well
Yeah.
bring it out and have it checked out. Why not?
I agree. I mean, shit.
I mean, dude,
He's so close, so close.
He's knocking
A
on the
saint.
door.
I want to see another saint happen.
do you think
I
he had
guess.
any idea when he died, like, how close
has a chance?
That he had a chance, and that years and years later, some woman was going to pray at his tomb?
Yeah.
Well, here's
and
the question.
Boom, chalk it up to his miracle.
Did he, when he died, you say that, like when he died, did he think like, okay, I've set this up, maybe something can happen. I'm close enough that maybe, or you know
I
what I
don't-
mean?
I
Did he
don't
go
know,
away
man.
thinking he had a chance, or did he go away thinking I'm not even close, and now it would just be amazing for him?
Well, I don't know, E, and it's a fair question.
You throw the basketball like from half court, the clock's already ran out, but if the ball's in the air, it counts if it goes in.
And you feel it. It left your hand. It feels
You're
good.
like,
It
I
felt
got
good.
this. And he,
you start bouncing as soon as you let it go.
You're like Grayson Allen. It
walking
felt,
back.
felt good.
like as he closes his eyes, he's like,
boom.
okay, this is good off the fingers. Come on.
Yeah. I don't know. Is that everybody's goal in this business? If you're
It's a good point. What is
Yeah,
your
but
goal?
you're
not
a
every-
cardinal, etc. Is
Not
that your
every
goal
Tom, Dick, and
ultimately?
Cardinal is going to make it to Saint, though, Jay. You know that.
I understand that, but is that like ultimately like you're a baseball player? You hope to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, dude, right. I mean, obviously, the dream is to make it to any hall. I
Yeah.
mean, if we can make it to the broadcasting hall someday, this is no different. And sainthood is the hall. Let's be honest. He did some good stuff. We'll have to keep an eye on it. I would like to know that woman, though. Is it possible she was just allergic to something in Panama? That she, and she got to Detroit and it was like all of a sudden she's not being bothered by whatever her poison ivy anymore.
They had doctors look at her, right? Here
Multiple
and there. Yeah.
in
I'd
Rome.
want if I were some of these other guys, I'd want an independent doctor. I don't want some guy, his own personal doctor saying, "Yep, it's a miracle."
Look, I just want to make sure it's credible. That's all. I want to make sure it's truly a miracle because I don't want these guys going in hoping for a miracle. Leaning towards miracle.
Right. The last thing we want is Vinnie Johnson's number retired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I agree.
Yes.
I mean, we want real saints.
It's
out
not
there.
a shot on the microwave either. But dude, you're absolutely right.
We can't just retire everybody's number. We can't just name everybody a saint and claim their acts were miraculous.
Yeah.
Let's check them out. Let's
and-
have a system, an objective system.
And when I hear the Vatican's team of doctor, it's like, okay, these guys are leaning towards sainthood miracles.
I don't know that they are. They want to keep it exclusive.
Yeah, but I think they're willing to give the benefit of the doubt. I mean, if they're going to go one way or the other, if it's tie goes to the runner, they're going sainthood.
You might
They're
be
going
right.
miracle. I mean, in my
You
opinion,
might be right
I could be
because
wrong.
look at their constituency gets all excited. They pack Ford Field.
Yeah.
They've got
good for
they've got an
fundraising.
interest in beatifying this guy.
Absolutely.
Sometimes when you're having a bad season, you got to throw one of these up there to just get the people to show up again.
And dude, how many venerables are out there? We need some
You got to bring
blessings
in Vanilla
anyways.
Ice at halftime.
You got it sometimes.
not cutting it with the t-shirt gun.
I'm just saying they got the gay thing going on. Some of this stuff, people are running away a little bit.
You're right.
Shit, guys, we got to make a saint here, man. We got to.
You're right. Change
Yeah.
the subject a little bit.
Yeah.
Get people excited again.
Too many venerables. I've
Yeah.
said it all along. I've said it for years. Not enough blesseds, and certainly we could use another saint or two. So good luck to him. Nice to see a local guy make it to the hall like that. We'll follow it as we go.
Hey, the Hamlin Pub supports the Detroit Castle. Let's make it a point to support them with locations in Rochester Hills, Clarkston, Chesterfield, 2 in Shelby Township. You know there's one nearby. Hamlin Pubs have great food, ice-cold drinks, tons of craft beers, TVs, games, and great entertainment. So come on by or book your reservation today. Go to hamlinpubs.com for more info.
Don't forget, we're going to be out there.
November 30th.
November 30th, 7 to 9. We'll be there later than that. So.
One-of-a-kind poster is there, so come get yours.
They're numbered. They're limited edition. You can't get them anywhere
Date
else.
on there, right? And
I
everything.
believe so, yeah.
They're beauties.
It's the only place you can get them. And they're free. So come on out, have a couple beers with us. It's kind of officially kicking off the Christmas
the
season.
Yuletide.
Yeah, which you're excited for. I'm getting amped up myself for it.
I'm stoked.
Yeah. Dude, there might be some miracles going on around us. And I say that because for the second time in about 2 months, we've talked about an ancient story only to have it become front page news again the next day.
And remind the listeners, what was the first one that we brought up, and then the next
The clown. We were talking to the clown lady, and we referenced a murder from 1990 in Florida where a clown walked up to a door with balloons and whatever.
And shot the lady in the face.
In the face.
And we were like,
Killed her.
explain that.
Yeah.
Explain that, evil clown.
Yeah.
And, we talked about it. And then the very next day, or 2 days later maybe,
Within 2 days.
we get news that the person who dressed as that clown and shot the lady in the face was arrested.
Yeah.
And this was from, would you say, the 90s?
1990.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was one of those that was just an unsolved cold case for decades. And all of a sudden,
We mention it, gets solved.
and boom, it gets solved. And now, yesterday, we were talking about that dude that claimed the land for his princess.
His little cupcake. His peahen.
Yep, a tiny girl.
She wanted to be a princess,
My little
of course.
nut brown.
She's tiny girl.
Look at my little nut brown princess. Come over here, girl.
Cupcake.
And he made a flag, and he went there and planted it. And we're just like, dude, this guy's going to get his whole family beheaded.
It's between the Sudan and Egypt. It's
Yeah.
no man's land.
And this dude's out there in a Winnebago or something. He's cooking hot dogs out on the back of the camper. He's got the Panama Jack hat on and shit. He's like, come on, Abdul, come on over and have a dog. You're going to love him.
And that's a story that we had talked about probably 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But we brought it back up yesterday.
don't
Lo
even-
and behold,
I don't know how it even came back up yesterday. E started to mention it for some reason, tying to another story. It reminded him of another story. Lo and behold, this story is back in the news today because there's some fucking push start, some dot out there that all of a sudden showed up at the site and planted his own flag and is trying to claim it.
a computer, not casino.
Yes, computer, not casino, exactly. And he's dropped his flag and is claiming ownership of this land.
Is this just the ultimate troll by this guy because he sees a story, oh, this guy wants it for his daughter. Guess what? I'm going to take a picture of me with sand all around me, and I'm going to say I claimed it.
Yeah,
And just to get this guy's goat.
Maybe, but I think it's more serious than that. It was on November 7th, 24-year-old Solanus Dixit, and he's calling it the Kingdom of Dixit now. Declared himself the king of the Kingdom of Dixit, and it's the unclaimed land between the borders of Egypt and Sudan called Bur Tawil. And Bur Tawil is literally means no man's land. Its status is a result of a dispute over borders by the surrounding nations of Egypt and Sudan. Currently, the region remains unclaimed by every country and has no registered population. Dixit wrote a Facebook post that he traveled to the Egyptian city of Abu Simbel to reach Bur Tawil, going through regions occupied by the Egyptian military, where the army has orders to shoot anyone you see, like in the area. Just shoot them on sight. Those are just standing orders. Dixit has declared himself as the acting prime minister, head of the military, and the kingdom of the Kingdom of Dixit,
That son of a bitch.
while his father is the acting president currently.
Well, what about the princess?
Dude. However, Jeremiah Heaton from Virginia is taking serious issue with this, and he's dead serious.
I claim this land. Now go on again.
Get
They
Tiny
do-
girl owns this land.
They did look at the photo of him sitting there placing a flag in the ground, right? That's
It
how
looked
it
like,
works.
dude, it looked like Tatooine to me. I mean, it could have been anywhere.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Jeremiah has called it the Kingdom of North Sudan, and it's
Why
called.
not South Egypt?
I don't know.
That's a question for Jeremiah.
It is. He's called Dixit a liar. He's gone on like fucking shots fired, bro.
Yeah.
Calling someone a liar, and claims that the Indian did not actually reach Burt's will. Now he's calling into question whether he even got to the spot, which is kind of like you, dude. Did this guy just plant a flag in Tatooine? He just found a nice desert patch and claimed, yeah, here I am.
Yeah, there's like 2 moons in the background.
Yeah, right. 2 orange moons. Heaton flew down to Africa 3 years ago with the express purpose of claiming Burt's will as a sovereign state and gifting it to his daughter Emily. Princess Emily to you.
Tiny girl!
As her kingdom, because I always wanted to be a princess.
She's a peanut brittle.
Heaton claims to have set up embassies for his kingdom across the globe in the United States, Denmark, Lithuania, the Czech Republic. Yeah. In addition to drafting a Bill of Rights for the territory. Before Heaton in 2011, journalist Jack Schenker visited Burt's will and placed a makeshift flag in the region, though, and this is key, he did not formally claim it as his land.
He didn't utter those words.
Yeah, he
that were
didn't.
so important to Magellan and the explorers before him.
Huge. You know, had that son of a bitch just gone, I claim this land.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it would have been, I mean, we would have been fighting over Jack Schenker right now. But Schenker never claimed it as his own. As Dixit's story was being covered by major news outlets, Heaton took to Twitter to debunk Dixit's claims. He said he could not have made the journey from Abu Simbel to Bur to Wall because the area is separated by Lake Nasser, which cannot be crossed since there's no ferry services or a bridge. Boom.
Yeah.
Checkmate.
Plus the 2 moons in the background.
Dixit responded by saying that he did travel to Bur to Will, but he would not share his exact route because he does not want to encourage others to repeat that journey.
See, this son of a bitch is trolling this guy so hard. He got wind of how much effort this Jeremiah dude put into this, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah,
I did it already.
Yeah, it's
And-
mine.
so he's
It's mine, not yours.
So what you're saying is he's poked the bear and he's gotten the
Totally.
exact response
Yes.
he wanted, which is this guy flipping his
Yes.
shit, and now he just keeps
It's
poking
like,
the bear.
nope, I'm president.
Nope,
President
I am.
and prime minister.
Prove it. Prove you're not.
It's mine.
Head of the defense.
Yeah.
Sorry. The land of Dixit. Sorry.
Because he could just keep
Sorry.
saying it.
Here's my flag.
Because Jeremiah can show him the image, show him everything, and go, nope, I
Yep.
was there first.
Total troll.
And Heaton has taken the bait.
Yes.
Like, I mean, Heaton is like, this guy faked this journey. It's Tiny Girl's land.
These 2 guys are in a fight. Well, of
It's un-
course. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
It's unfortunate for me because I have been working very hard to finalize recognition with both Egypt and Sudan. His false claims are a
Yeah.
distraction to my investors.
Yeah, Dixit knows all this. That's why he did it.
Heaton has been working towards using the land at Bur to Will for agricultural research and development.
Yeah, Dixit knows it.
To have the Kingdom of North Sudan recognized by international law.
Yep, Dixit knows that too.
He's raising funds to build a 1 gigawatt solar farm in Bur to Will, selling the power to Egypt and Sudan.
Dixit knows it all.
He's aware of all this, right? So he's chapped. And here's the other thing that lends to your part of the story. He's like, this guy asked for my help in getting there. And so he's got the message, he posted it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so this guy, Dixit, had written Jeremiah, says, hello, Jeremiah. Want to introduce, I am Solanus Dixit from India. I read about you everywhere, and it's one inspiring story.
Can we use a proper voice, please?
Ha.
Yeah, because it's broken up, too. I apologize. Hello, Jeremy. To introduce, I am Solanus Dixit from India.
Much better.
I read about you everywhere, and it's one inspiring story. Great love to you and your family. I am visiting Aswan and Abu Simbel too in 2 weeks, and I really want to visit Bur to Wall. Not to host any flag, not to post a flag in the land, or anything, but just to see it and maybe click a photo next to your flag. Ha ha. I love to travel, and I have been to many, many places in the world. Virginia too, smiley face, winky face. I am struck at one point of getting military permission. You have done it before. Can you give me any leads on how I can do that? Also, what was your itinerary? Solanus Dixit, love from India.
Ah, that's awesome, this guy.
So,
I love it.
Jeremiah posts this like, look, this motherfucker said he acknowledged it was my land.
He
And-
promised not to post a flag.
Yep. He just wanted to get
fucking awesome.
All I want to do is take picture next to your brilliant flag. Can I visit your country?
He's just got Jeremiah's goat, dude.
Oh,
the ultimate
dude.
troll job. Love it.
Jeremiah is on fire.
I'm on Team Dixit. I love this guy.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yes.
It's kind of a dick move, dude. I mean,
It's a
seriously,
Dixit move.
Jesus.
Wordplay.
That was
I like
teed
that.
up for you, Mike.
Wow. It is a Dixit move. I don't like the look. I'm on Team America all the time. America. You know what I mean? Budweiser.
Yeah, but this
NASCAR.
is all about just making his Tana girl happy. I mean, this
Yeah.
is
Yeah, it's
bullshit.
a
He's spoiling the fuck out of this girl.
Who's to say the daughter even asked it? Who's to say he just wanted to have a country himself and this was the easiest way to do it?
Great pointy.
Dude, I do not want some fucking. I don't like the idea of some dot somewhere coming up and getting a one up on on an American and foreign soil.
I love it.
Like, dude, I appreciate the troll. I get it. I do. And I like to poke the bear as much as the next guy, but you know.
He's got his goat. I love it, man.
Yeah, I'd love to get a hold of him. We do have a number for Jeremiah. I don't have one. We don't have one for Mr. Dixit. I mean, he's the president. It's hard to get a hold of him anyways.
Oh, God, yeah.
But we do have a number for Jeremiah. We've called him. We called him 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And
I think we talked to his mother-in-law or something like
I
that.
think you're
or
right.
An aunt, something like that. We had,
no, it was a mother-in-law.
we had somewhat of a lead, but then it went cold. I forget
Yeah.
what happened exactly, but
and
we'll try
we've-
him again.
We've tried him a couple times off the air and haven't been able to get a hold of him, but we will keep trying because I want to catch him while he's chapped. You know, while his
Oh,
ass
absolutely.
is red.
Yep.
Oh, trust me, he'll be chapped until this thing is solved. And even if it is solved, he'll be chapped the rest of his life.
And I reckon he'll want to talk about it too.
You could call him 5 years and he'll
Dude,
still be like that.
And
son of a
honestly,
bitch.
knowing the way we conduct interviews, we're not going to be able to help but poke the bear a little bit. And he's coming in hot. I'm telling you, he's coming in hot. And it will, dude. We could be the spark that just ignites whatever bomb is growing inside Mr. Heat.
Now I got you.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Biggie History Day.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. So we're gonna go to break in a little bit, but
Yeah.
E, you're ready today, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Better be.
Good
you know,
deal.
why don't we go to break now? I have video of. Would you be interested? And if you're not, just say so. In watching two humongous kangaroos fist fight.
Marsupials?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I love Roo fights.
Dude.
It's one of my favorite things.
They're
one
just-
of my favorite internet videos is the guy punching the Roo that's beating on his
When
dog.
he squared up and jacked him in the
Yeah,
jaw.
he squared up, gave a little bounce, boom, popped him.
Do you want to see it now? We've got a couple minutes
Sure.
before the break. I mean, we could just get this out of the way because I'm excited to show
Yeah.
it to you. To be honest with you, these are two roos caught on camera in a fearsome duel on a woman's lawn. So she's looking out her front window and like, oh god, look
Yeah.
at these two again. You know,
I love how they use their tails, man. Their tails are super strong and muscular.
they're like floating.
Yeah, because their feet, both back feet will go up, and they'll kind of balance themselves with their tail.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
And then that fucking belly kick they do.
Sure.
The fight lasts about a minute and a half. Punches are thrown, kicks are thrown. I mean, it's pretty nasty.
All over a chick, no doubt.
Oh, for sure. Eventually, one of the roos is wrestled to the ground as the other marsupial takes the upper hand in the fight. You'll see all of this. Go ahead. Do you have it there, E?
There they
those
go. They're
dudes.
squared off.
What's up, dude? You want to dance?
God, what odd animals. Look at those things.
You want to go?
It's hard to believe those are real, you know?
Hey, look at these.
Their heads go back as their hands
Don't
slap,
touch
slap,
me.
slap, slap, slap. Yeah.
You want to go? You want to dance? Let's do this. Yep. No.
There's
no.
like a certain grace about
Oh,
them, too. As
I
they
know.
bounce, you know? They're like
the belly
yeah.
kicks. Oh, that was a straight punch to the jaw. Yeah.
Man, they really lean that neck back.
Dude, that thing's all the way back.
Oh, that was a big move.
Yeah.
God, it's like they're on springs.
Yeah. Totally.
Fleet of foot.
Come on, let's do this. Let's do this. You
But
son
look
of
at
a
their
bitch.
tails, man. Look at the balance. they stand on their tails. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
he wound up.
Yeah, you're gonna see a headlock here, and then one's gonna get. Yeah. Yep. You want to go?
Are they gonna get into the ropes, Mike, or what?
Yeah, I'm getting tired, man.
They have hands.
They're holding
Their front hands. Oh,
Oh, that's a big kick right there. That's gonna leave a mark.
release and a kick.
Oh, that's 3 straight shots to the gut right there.
I think we got to put some trunks on these guys next time so we can distinguish.
Oh,
All right, he's
here we
got him
go.
down. This is where I throw his head in my pouch.
Was he trying to suplex him? Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
he-
I go head to pouch right here.
head to pouch. You think?
Oh,
All right,
yeah, you got
You
him.
want to
Look
go,
at him
pussy?
just spring away. God, those
Yeah.
are amazing
Look at him!
marsupials.
Look at it, poops. He's like, what? Go
What
ahead.
an
I dare you.
amazing animal.
You want to go again? You want to dance or you want to leave? You good? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Or are we going to dance? What are we doing?
Okay.
That's where it ends.
Fucking sweet.
Nobody really knows what started it.
A chick.
Yeah, I don't,
sure.
I don't know why they wouldn't ask him, but apparently no one asked him what started it. But that's what I believe too. It's got to be a chick, right?
Yep.
Has to be. I hope you enjoyed that. I just
love it. I love that animal. It's
Dude,
amazing.
When they do that double kick to your fucking
Yeah.
belly, and then their feet are coming, they float back down because
doesn't
that
look
tail,
real. Yeah.
it's like a spring, like you said, it's like a spring, and so it looks fake. Oh, it's just tremendous video. Can we put that in the post today?
Sure. Yeah. All these videos that we watch during the show, if you're on YouTube, you see us post them. But if you're just going to the website, you can find them on every day's post. We'll say,
Okay.
these are the videos we discussed.
Excellent. Let's take a quick break, and it is History Day.
Hell yeah.
Easis, emo Easis.
This day in history with Big E coming up.
Yep, we'll do it next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hi everyone, this is Kelly Menino, your event coordinator for the Hamlin Pubs. Did you know that Hamlin Pubs offer 2 private rooms at each location, both located in Shelby Township? We specialize in all kinds of events, from bridal and baby showers, dinner rehearsals, to corporate luncheons and wedding receptions. My team is committed to making your occasion your most memorable event. Give me a call today so that we can plan your next event. Call me at 586-596-1425 or visit our website at hamlinpubs.com. Hi, everyone.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the Detroit Cast, powered by dealsinthed.com. Mike and Jay, and Jay, he is really worried over there.
I know.
That chick's put up another like $300 since we've been on.
Yeah, we poked the bear. We poked her.
You know what? I was thinking more about it because I was feeling like we didn't poke the bear at all. But
We awakened the sleeping giant,
Yeah.
the resting giant.
You know, E mentioned the drinking the whiz part, and I was like, yeah, I was thinking about that too. E, maybe. You know, I could see her going, fuck, this guy's going so bigly, he's willing to drink his own piss. What are you doing, Catherine?
Yeah,
Catherine, are you?
She looked inside.
Yeah.
No,
What are you doing, Catherine? You can't drink your own whiz, obviously, but
You can send out another Facebook message to X, Y,
you
and Z.
can do more, Catherine.
Yeah.
You can do more, Catherine. And she amped herself up, and now she's fucking hitting the pavement, man.
I see it differently. I see that P negative affected her, but I see a person of like she's a professional and blah blah blah. And she's like
She can't
some
lose to a
loser
guy
is-
who's gonna drink
she's
his own
like,
pee.
literally, she's probably like nice and everything on the phone, and she got this idiot on this podcast is
Yeah.
drinking piss and raising
Yep.
money. I can't
Damn
lose
it,
to that.
man.
No, I think
See?
she was more worked up than that. I think she was upset. I think she probably called her husband in tears.
Yeah.
And went, "This guy's willing to drink his own whiz."
I knew I wasn't gonna win the dancing part, but
And
this
it-
was the one thing I had.
You know, her husband is stuck consoling. Catherine, calm down. You're better than this. You're better than
Let's
this.
think about what
Dig
Catherine
deep.
can do, yeah.
What's the equivalent of piss drinking in your world, Catherine? And you go do that. Give them the best Catherine you can.
I'll tell you this, and it's you know what I did the timing of the telethon for a reason.
Dude, your hair is ridiculous.
I know, it's
can't
hard to
even,
look
I
at
can't
him.
even look
Hard to
at
I
it.
fucking love it. But I'll tell you this: I did the timing of the telethon for a very specific reason. So I don't.
Your head looks like half the
It's
size.
wee. I know. It's like I could just squish it.
I am squishing your head.
So I don't regret that. I think if you'd done it a little late, but she, if you remember when I did that though, I was like 7,000 behind her. Like she was already at kind of 11-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And when
she started to coast. There's no doubt about it.
And so my
She
point is,
did.
yeah, when she was,
She put it in neutral and was just gliding down the hill.
and she saw, and that telethon had so much right off the bat. She's like, "Holy shit, where did this come from?" But
Yeah.
and she has made a few pushes in the last week, and she's right. Every time though, I've luckily gotten a few. You know, Peerless Steel came in, and GB Fitness came in. So
Well,
it's going to take some of those.
What are you willing to? Has anything come in since we?
I got luckily I did get some money from one of my friends out in the West Side, Holland.
That's nice.
From account.
That's great.
I've gotten a lot. By the way, for real,
And you did a nice video this morning with K-Dog.
did a nice video with K Dog.
Quality sausage.
Here's the-
I'll be honestly, I don't know how you feel, Jay, but I will be terribly disappointed in our audience if they let fucking Catherine come in and steal this from us.
Be
We need
unfortunate.
hardware, gentlemen. We need hardware. I can feel it in the room each day where it's like, yeah, everyone's here, everyone's contributing and doing what they can, but there's just an air of deflation in this room
Dude,
with no visible hardware.
It would be tremendous for morale.
I mean, Jay is hanging up 12th place finishers,
Yeah.
paper
Certificates,
awards.
yeah.
I mean, that's how desperate we
I
are for
know.
some hardware.
Dude,
It's sad.
I've got
honestly,
Jerry beads hanging up. I mean, I
Yeah,
need something.
It's gotten to the
Me too.
point where I'm looking at it, I'm refreshing it every second, just hoping I see not hers go up and mine go up, or ours. Honestly, it is the listeners that's doing this for the most part. I have some non-listeners giving, but it's a lot of the listeners.
I just can't imagine our audience would so disappoint us.
We're
like
so
that.
there,
I
dude.
just,
We're right there. I think
I
1,000
just
can do
can't
it.
fathom it.
That's why
They wouldn't dare.
$15,000.
They wouldn't dare.
$15,000. If you get to that point, man, you can have dinner with my parents, and I just don't believe that won't win it. I don't believe that mark won't win it. So
Well,
Hey, Big E isn't the only fool making news with his penis-softening dance skills and fundraising prowess. Zott Ford's in the game with its red-hot clear-the-lot year-end clearance event on all remaining 17 vehicles in stock. While supplies last, save up to 30% on a new 17 Ford F-150 Super Cab 4x4 that's nearly $13,000 off sticker, or lease that F-150 as low as $161 a month. Surf their outrageous deals and their massive inventory at dealsinthed.com.
we might be kicked out of our studio here shortly. I
We've
got some
a plumber
plumber going, which could make a lot of racket. But,
coming to plumb.
yeah, gotta get the plumb going.
But in the meantime,
Big E.
gentlemen, is it time for This Day in History with Big E?
sure. I will say this is happening tomorrow, technically, but if you're listening, most people listening, it will be today, November 17th, Friday. But this was the first time, November 17th, 1800, that Congress held its session in the Washington, D.C. version of the Capitol. So
Boy, that sounds boring and
it's not
confusing.
boring to me.
Well, and he selected a different day than
No,
today.
no.
Yeah, I know it's not.
I
The
didn't
day
know
I have
that
to
was
sit-
within the rules.
Well, it's just hard to get into the story. And
Well,
it's like,
the day
wake me up tomorrow when.
No, but most people
Date
listening
was.
will be on November 7th. The 90% of the people who listen will be listening on the day that this is happening.
I see what you did there, but still, I'm here in the moment right now, and it's the 16th, so
Trying
it's
to
just
get us
hard to.
excited about it. and
Yeah.
that's
I
Mike's
chose.
objection.
Well, I looked down the line and the day sucked.
I'm already
frankly.
dealing with not having hardware around us. It's like it's already deflated enough in
This
this room.
day sucked. I'm sorry. There was a few things and they just were nothing interesting happened on November 16th.
So the actual Capitol building was
It-
there in 1800.
It was not completed yet. It was. It actually only.
scaffolding abounded.
Well, it looked like this.
Visual learning. Thank you. That's what it looked like. I'm happy now.
They
That's a pretty boring building.
I
then.
know. Typical government.
Where is this now?
This is
DC,
in
man.
DC.
No, I know it's DC, but where? Like where's
Capitol.
Yeah,
Where-
okay.
Where it stands today, still. I mean, this is still.
Where's
where-
the Washington Monument? I can't see it.
Where's
anywhere.
the Pentagon at this point? Ian?
Yeah,
Pentagon
dude,
is
seriously,
not up,
like
nor
where,
is the
where
Wa-
is the White
Washington
House
Monument-
compared to where we're
Yeah.
looking?
George
here? I don't-
Washington isn't even dead yet, so the Washington Monument is not up. Actually,
Where do the Capitals play? What building is that?
the Capitals?
Yeah, the Capitals. The Washington
Or the
Capitals.
bullets.
The Bullets.
Or the bullets. Where it was probably the bullets back then.
This is so ridiculous. I don't have that.
Because I'm trying to
information.
picture where. Just get my bearings. You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ. Okay, one second here.
No, continue with your story. You don't have to find out where the Capitals play.
Yeah, you can't just bing
Okay,
in the
so
middle of
here's
your
the
report.
Well, those questions are ridiculous. So anyway, here's the deal. I did not actually realize this, even though I know that Washington. I did not think Washington D.C. was the capital for the entire period of the country. But-
Lots was done out of Philly, right?
Yes, that was the place before this, and eventually, when we first signed, when the country first was made, we did not have what we know as the Constitution. We had the Articles of the Confederation.
Sure.
And those were starting to kind of fall apart. It wasn't working too well. They weren't regulated. It didn't say in there too well what the government's actual duties were. So they finally got together and made the Constitution that we have today. And when they did that, they decided that they were going to give, it was going to become Washington, D.C. And they signed it. They gave Philadelphia 10 years, from 1790 to 1800, to convince them to keep it there. And Philadelphia did fight. Like, they tried offering
They had a
George
pretty good
Washington, like, a bigger house.
Was it kind of like the Amazon thing going on right now? All the cities are
people
scrambling
were,
to get
people
that
were
Amazon
scrambling to
headquarters.
make their, like, beliefs on why Philadelphia should still be the capital. But the thing is, I don't even really get this why. There was two reasons why. One was safety. There was a mutiny that had happened before the forming of the Constitution, a mutiny by these soldiers who had felt like they hadn't gotten paid from the war yet. And so Congress was kind of
That was a black mark.
Yeah, that was a black mark. And then there was like a fever, like cholera or something, a breakout in Philadelphia. And they thought, it's unsafe here, so it would be more safe in Washington, D.C., I guess, as if you couldn't get sick or get
An
a
ill-timed
disease.
fever, you know?
Fever not take you down bigly back then.
So anyway, it was this date that they first met for the first time in Washington, D.C. And
Yeah, it's also the same date as Brazil was proclaimed a republic.
Is that right?
It's fascinating to me.
Do you know that the main language of Brazil is Portuguese?
Heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something.
There was a couple other things too. There in
I will say-
1959, two men murdered a family in Kansas, in Holcomb, Kansas. The offense became the subject of Truman Capote's nonfiction In Cold Blood.
I'll be
didn't see that
damned.
in my-
I would
in my-
love to fucking hear about that.
Know a
Some-
little bit more about
Oh,
I didn't.
Wow.
I go to a few.
Operation
sites.
Commando Hunt, brother of Mike.
I don't even know
Holy
what that
shit.
is.
Yeah, Vietnam War, American forces launched Operation Commando Hunt, brother of Mike, a large-scale bombing campaign to prevent the People's Army of Vietnam from transporting personnel and supplies along the Ho Chi Minh Trail.
that. What an important event.
Wow.
I didn't.
Now
Fine.
that I would like to learn about.
Well, you do your own history, and that's what I want to learn about. I'll say this: in the fall of 1800, when as they have this first meeting, only the president's house, futurely the White House,
Futurely.
the north wing of the Capitol, and a road connecting it to in Pennsylvania Avenue were functional. That was the only thing functional in the capital city.
So is this building that was initially there, is that part of the Capitol today? That's the north wing?
It's still there because the
How
building,
much of it?
Well, the room that they met in is now currently the ground floor room in the restored old Supreme Court, which I've
Interesting.
actually been into. But No, the thing is, like, typical government. It's so funny, like, in government spending. Like, you think it's some new thing that we just don't make budgets, under budget everything. This was supposed to be done. They started constructing this in 1793. Supposed to be ready by far for
Overruns.
1800.
Yeah.
There was the president himself was like overseeing the project, and it was going over budget. And people were just, the materials were harder to find than they thought they would be, cost more money than they thought they would be.
You know what? I'm not even going to play this game with you anymore. You know what else today is the anniversary of,
What do we
Jay?
got?
What?
Infamous murderer Edward Gein murders his final victim, Bernice Warden of Plaintiff, Wisconsin,
In what?
Plainfield. His grave robbing, necrophilia, that's fucking dead bodies, E.
I don't like
and
that shit.
cannibalism gained national attention and provided the inspiration for the character of Norman Bates in Psycho and Buffalo Bill.
Wow!
in Silence
what
of
a
the
day!
Lambs.
What an event!
Oh my God!
find
I'd
that-
love to know more!
all about it.
I don't find that interesting.
Yeah, the Capitol building opened in D.C. Oh,
Well, you
fuck.
know what?
Fascinating.
You know
Tell us all about
you
it.
know the stuff I find interesting. That's not interesting to me. Honestly, that would not be as interesting to me as the
Norman
first.
Bates?
Dude,
I'm more
Norman
interested-
Bates, Buffalo Bill, would put the lotion in the basket,
Yeah.
tucking the dick and doing that dance.
If you
oh,
pay
dancing.
attention at all to any of these lessons, I definitely try
You've
to
seen
find
the fruit cup, right?
Oh, I've seen
You're
the
familiar.
Fruit Cup, of course.
I try as hard as I can. If you haven't noticed
puts
in
the
any
lotion
of
on.
these lessons, I way more gravitate towards things in the 1800s.
I ate him with
and
some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Chianti. Look up Buffalo Bill, the dance that he does in his room to that song. What is that
it's so
song? It's
creepy.
He pulls on his nipple ring.
Hell yeah.
Puts the lipstick on and he's
That's
doing
a
the
creepy
tuck.
ass scene, man.
Oh, it sure is. I just want to see a second of it because we could have learned all about this.
Yeah.
I mean, this
Well,
would have
I
been.
don't find
And
that.
E, this isn't the Buffalo Bill that killed all the buffalo, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
so in the...
The fat chick skin.
God.
Yeah, he's making an outfit. Why not? What was the dog's name? Do you remember what the dog's name was?
I don't, man.
She
But I
tricks.
can picture the...
Oh God, I would have loved to have learned more about this. Can you try to do this for next year, E, on this
Come
day
on,
in
dude.
history?
Sure,
Like,
I will
mean,
next year.
it's
For
very,
you.
very Roth-like there, doesn't he?
Totally.
He's dancing around,
But do you find? Okay, I'll let you.
filming himself, and here we go, the payoff.
Oh, here you go, E. Here you go. Check it out. Come on.
God.
Quit
Do you
fucking
remember how
around, Bill.
shocked you were?
Oh,
Here it is.
why do they keep cutting away?
It's YouTube. It's fucking YouTube.
Go forward, E. We got to see it, right? We got to see him talked. Or is it just because it's
They're
YouTube?
cutting it.
They're
They're
cutting
cutting
it. Sons of bitches.
They're looping this shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He pulled up the worst video ever.
Well, this was the first one that showed up. on
He didn't.
YouTube.
He didn't want it to be a hit because it trumped the dog shit he called history today.
I don't-
Tomorrow's event.
I don't agree.
Oh yeah, it's not today in history.
This is way.
so you
more-
could have done this and your boring one.
I think this is more interesting to me. The history. I find way more interesting the history of early America stuff. Early American stuff, and just like the government and how things happen and why.
I can tell. You need to broaden your horizons, E. Live a little.
Last week, what did I do last
Truman
week?
Capote novel in Cold
He had a
Blood.
Houdini. He had a Houdini. He had a spruce
I
goose.
I
know.
had
The
things about
spruce goose was
airplanes.
nice. The penny was nice, but it's all. It doesn't have to be. It's this day in history, not American
Last
history.
time he did Sadie Hawkins and then barely talked about Sadie Hawkins. This history day is waning.
It's waning. It got off such a promising
spent-
start.
Did.
I spent hours looking up this stuff. To be honest with you.
You said there was nothing going on this day, and in 3 minutes, I found
Yeah, well, I didn't find that in the ones
Buffalo
in the
Bill
two
and Norman
webs-
Bates.
in the-
Oh,
in the two websites.
Necrophilia.
in the
dude,
two
fucking
web-
dead
okay.
bodies.
Grave robbery.
Cannibalism.
And the
E,
websites
it's
I
all
went to-
there.
It's right in
Okay.
our wheelhouse, man.
I would never have done that, by the way. I'm not just saying that to be stubborn. I would not have chosen that one, even if I'd saw it. It was not something I would do.
Tell us 2 more facts about this this day tomorrow in history. November 17th, 1800, D.C. Capitol building.
Thomas Jefferson was the Senate president at the time.
Okay.
Theodore Sedgwick was a House Speaker.
Sedgwick.
Even though this was the first
Yeah,
day they met, they did
Sedgwick.
not have a full quorum of the 9 states that
He's talking quorums. We could have been talking grave
I
robbery.
know, dude, and necrophilia.
No, we're talking quorums.
Cannibalism.
They didn't have a full quorum, he says.
He was a Senate president, not president.
Shit.
What do we do? Quorums? We're really onto quorums, E? You're trying to sell this date in history with a quorum
They didn't have
in
a
this
full quorum
room?
We
until
got a
4
guy
days
tucking
later.
his dick and dancing around. He's sewing dead bodies,
would
skin
never-
together,
Putting
into a
on
dress.
lipstick.
That seems
He puts the
disgusting.
lotion in the basket.
That
Now,
seems-
quorums. Perfect. This is, I'll give you this. It's a good setting for quorums. I mean, it does seem like something we'd be into, doesn't it?
I don't know. So essentially, in the end, the reason it became Washington D.C. was Alexander Hamlin made a compromise with the northern states, saying that the government would pay off the majority of the war debt that was still out there. And so
Did he
they
write the play at that point? Because I hear that's a huge
Not
success.
yet.
Huge hit.
Not yet.
Huge
This
hit.
is a
Barely
little
get
bit
tickets.
before
If he's
that.
going into the whole Hamilton play, I'm in. Because I've heard tremendous things about that.
Just a little shy of the Hamilton play. But
Okay.
see, I find things more interesting, the fact of why is Washington D.C. the capital? Why isn't Philadelphia? The reasons why Philadelphia wasn't the capital.
An ill-timed fever was one.
Ill-timed fever. Well, it sounds like a lot of people didn't really want Philadelphia to be capital. A few of these guys were just selfish, by the way. They wanted it to be more by their home, which is around
we've
the Virginia
seen Philadelphia
area.
fans for decades. I mean, they're kind of assholes. I don't blame them for not wanting to put it there.
DC was hot and marshy. I'm
That's
just
the funny
surprised
thing.
that they picked it.
It was a freaking. You're right. It was a
swamp.
Swamp. I don't
Drain
know.
that swamp.
Right. Exactly. But it was closer to a lot of their homes, which was Virginia and Washington.
Yeah.
Well, George lived right down the street with
Right.
that massive plantation.
Right.
Huge.
Exactly. So I
Well.
don't know. It's interesting to me.
Okay. Well, that ends tomorrow's
you want me to-
Tomorrow in History with Big E.
Yeah.
Would you like to know some of the other capitals of the country at one point, or no? Okay.
Rather talk about necrophilia and cannibalism.
Grave robbery.
personally,
See,
Yeah,
then
but-
you do it. This is the history you're going to get from me. History of the
Go ahead.
country.
Give me some capitals really quick.
Baltimore was also a capital at one point. Lancaster, Pennsylvania. York, Pennsylvania. Princeton, New Jersey. Annapolis, Maryland. Trenton, New Jersey. New York City were all capitals. Some of those only for one day. One of them only one day.
What was that? I didn't catch that.
One of them only for one day
Oh,
because
good.
they're going through. Because a lot of these, like during the war, you have to think about it. Or some people will forget. Like during the war, they're trying to be their own country, so they have the Congress, trying to set up things for the war and make the war go on. So the country is, they
He's
have
just
moments.
plowing through, isn't he?
He is.
Well, that's.
Necrophilia.
I know.
Grave robbery.
Cannibalism.
I disagree. So.
Norman Bates, mother.
I would never have done that.
The Bates Motel.
If you want to
E.
do your
Buffalo
version-
Bill.
if you want to do your sadistic,
You could have played the Eminem song Buffalo Bill.
See, my history doesn't like to read such perverse events like that. I like it more clean discussion, family friendly.
Hey, got to tell you about the Hamlin Pub. 5 locations: Clarkston, Chesterfield, Rochester, 2 in Shelby Township. Hamlin Pub offers a wide selection of craft beers. Most are brewed right here in Michigan. They have great happy hour specials Monday through Friday, 2 to 6. Half off appetizers on Monday. So check out all their specials. All 5 locations. Go to hamlinpubs.com for more info.
Jake, can we just set some guidelines for E right now? Like when we say
I'm not gonna-
this, hold on, shut up, E. This day in history, I don't care if it's from 1984. Like if it's like this
Right.
day,
I
this
do-
day in
yeah.
1981, Motley Crue released Too
Okay.
Fast for
It
Love.
Should
Like,
minimally
whatever.
be today.
At a minimally.
I just kind of sighed and rolled my eyes when he said, "Well, there was nothing today, so this is tomorrow."
Oh, there was that
okay.
guy, Norman Bates. And
Yeah.
I looked. You know what? I
Buffalo Bill,
spent.
but-
But I was like, well, that means tomorrow's history is going to be fucking sweet, right?
Amazing,
I mean, this
yeah.
is going to be an amazing event.
To bypass the actual day that
Yeah.
you're doing, it must be spectacular.
Whatever, man. I spent 2 hours at the library last night working on
I
that.
can't
You're
help
doing
it that
it
you're
wrong.
slow.
You're
E.
doing it wrong.
It's
Well,
not
I'm
our
a bad
fault that you're
studier for one. I've never been able to study. This is actually bringing me back to a terrible period of my
That's
life.
the truest thing you've ever said, but that's not our fault.
Well, it is your fault because you don't have to let me do the presentation.
His goddamn hair, man.
I know,
I
I
can't
know.
even look at him. Jesus.
You look like you should be in, what's his name? Like you'd fit in Corey Feldman's band. One of his angels or something.
Okay.
What do we got for email, Jake?
We do have some email. Before I get to that, I'd
Oh,
like to
for
engage in the
fuck's
reading of
sake.
post. Relax. Hello, gents. Says, what is this, DW? I'm not even sure.
Oh, I love
Drew,
DW. Drum
Drew,
Works.
maybe? I don't know, man. This is bad handwriting, so I'm going to do my best. In the summer, my sister and I took my nephews to Kingston, Ontario for a weekend. We visited a pioneer village, the historic, recently closed Kingston Penitentiary,
Ooh.
which was actually quite stunning architecturally. And we finished off the weekend on an evening cruise through the Thousand Islands on the St. Lawrence River.
Wow.
Looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Dude, that looks badass.
Looks almost Ozarkian.
Yeah, totally. That's so cool. I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
We see, like Thousand Islands.
Never been
like
there.
that. No. How big can you buy one? Could we buy an island?
Go claim one.
Yeah.
Throw a flag in it. Make
Hell
sure you
yeah.
claim it.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, the International Bridge, he provides us a span. We have several posts of spans, so we thank you for that. Beautiful post. Hope the trip was good. Now on to email. Dave writes in concerning hunting up north by Boyne Mountain. He stopped into Big E Smoke Shack for takeout ribs. Real good. Your Big E did not screw these up.
Nice. We've
Thank
gotten
you,
a
Big E, for
few
not screwing that
pictures sent to us from different Big E's around the country.
Yeah.
Like Big E is like
sports bar.
Yeah, there's Big E. You have a sports bar.
becoming
You've got
too popular.
Quite a few restaurants out there.
I know, I hate
Yeah,
it.
you're kind of like Kiss, dude. You're licensing too much shit, man.
Yeah. Pull it back.
That's why I'm okay.
Oh,
That's why I'm
speaking
getting
of which,
We're
you
gonna
know
be
what?
a Big E coffin next.
Order Gene Simmons' new book and see if we can get an interview.
I
with him.
already ordered him to do that.
Did you?
You don't read email.
I
God
do.
Damn you! You don't read email.
Yes, I do. I just saw an interview with him the other day. That's what I thought of it. I missed that one. Sorry.
I'd love
You
to
missed
hear.
that
I'd love
one.
to hear.
I
I'd love
did.
to.
No, I saw books and I added a book to it. I believe I tagged onto your email and added
Dude,
a book.
I sent a whole. I'm not gonna get into it. He
So we're
doesn't
like-
read email.
You had like 5 books. I'm like, okay, Jay's got these books.
Did
in
you
order.
look
I
at
didn't-
email today? Did you look at it yesterday?
No, I haven't today.
Or yesterday?
Yes,
No, you
yesterday I
didn't.
did. Yes, I
No,
did.
you didn't.
Why did you send it yesterday?
Why don't we just move on to the emails that you did read, Jay?
That I read. Ed writes
Fuck
in.
off, E.
Ed writes
I
in
didn't say anything.
concerning membership benefits. I almost became a member tonight, says Ed. Thought about paying for the extra content, but then I worried it might include more audio of Eric and squash that idea.
It's not true.
God damn you, E!
I don't have to be on any of it then. That's fine.
You're like the. He's a
The gift
double-edged
that
sword.
keeps not giving.
He is such the double-edged sword.
Yeah.
I've never met one more double-edged.
I know. It's incredible. It really is.
On the one hand, I'm dying laughing because I'm looking at his stupid hair, and
yeah.
I love him for it. And on the other hand, he's stopping members from signing up.
What do you think? Kind of like the internet, where you're like, on the whole, is it
Yeah,
worth
on
it?
balance.
Like, on balance,
Boy, I don't know.
I
Time
mean,
will tell, I guess.
Big E, on balance. Where are you leaning right now?
I'm gonna go with positive.
Try to take. Keep in mind, take the This Day in History tomorrow off. Don't.
I know
don't
we're
hold
coming
that.
on
Like,
the heels of
yeah,
a
it's
real bad
I
moment.
disagree.
segment here.
Cannibalism. Fucking
Grave robbery.
necrophilia.
Never- Okay, fine.
Norman
Oh.
Bates,
For Christ's sakes,
Wasn't interesting.
mother.
Buffalo Bill.
Puts the lotion in the basket.
He tucked his dick and danced around.
I spent
The
a lot of
fruit cup
time trying
man.
to find ones that I find interesting. So
Did you see that one and just pass it over?
you know what? I didn't. I'll admit that. But
When you search,
I go to 2 different websites, and I usually look all down. I usually look until about 1970 plus is when I stop. Usually
1970 or 1770.
1970.
Okay.
Although I prefer 1770.
so we understand. Jay writes in, the jockey punching the horse. Recall that video a couple
do.
weeks ago?
Yep.
Did they mention if the horse would rather be raped or punched?
They didn't.
And of course, that's a callback way
Holy
back
wow, we
to
haven't talked
Big
about-
E's argument.
Yeah. Big E says he would rather. You'd rather fuck a horse than punch a horse.
No.
No, it's that the
no.
horse might rather be raped than punched.
E's argument was we know he doesn't want to be punched in
Yeah.
the face. That we
Don't
know for
know
sure.
that he doesn't want.
He doesn't.
the
I mean, if you're
penis.
a gentle lover, E. And so you thought that a horse would
I mean,
rather.
would
be,
a horse really not know the difference between a horse dick and a human dick? Like, wouldn't it still feel good if it was a vagine? Like,
I don't
Dude, that
think it
horse
would.
is not even feeling that guy, honestly, probably.
Okay, I know,
it's
but, like,
probably
okay,
like a
look,
minor annoyance. You see how it flips its tail to get rid of flies?
Yeah.
It's probably like that.
Yeah.
okay, well,
What the hell is it?
but,
What?
But in a way, wouldn't you assume? I mean, he would enjoy it. Like, oh, actually, animals don't seem to enjoy sex. That's actually a good point. I think dolphins and humans are the only ones that have sex for pleasure.
That's what they say.
Monkeys
That's what they
kind of
say.
can too.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Some-
yeah, we've seen monkeys whacking off.
Well, it always seems like the male of the species seems to very much enjoy it, and the
Yeah.
female of the species, like the lion,
basically pinned down the
Yeah.
barbed penis. That's the
Yeah.
result of the barbed penis. We've talked
Yeah.
about that before. A lion actually has barbs on its dicks, and it has a mane, man. That's the reason it has a mane,
Yeah.
evolutionary speaking, because the female reaches back and bites him because
Yeah.
the barbs are killing her vagine.
Yeah, he's pounding her vagine with barbs.
Wow.
I know.
Anonymous writes in, groping. Greetings, podcast heroes. As mentioned in episode 939, our fearless cult leader wanted the ladies to write in about being brushed up on or groped in
Hell
close
yeah.
quarters. I've
Say
had my
it-
share.
Say it slowly.
Had my share of gropings, but I'd be a liar if I didn't admit being a groper myself.
Wow. Oh, this is getting hot.
Back in the day, my girlfriends and I would not hesitate to grab an ass or a panoose while making our way through the crowded bar.
Nice. Good for her.
My usual move was to grab an unsuspecting guy, and when his head would swivel around like the scary girl from The Exorcist, I would innocently point to one of my friends or anyone else that would happen to be in the nearby vicinity.
Nice.
That's hilarious.
Have you ever had your panoose grabbed in a crowd?
Sure. You?
E? Yeah,
No.
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm lying.
No.
Like, of course not.
But you've had yours
I've had
grabbed
my
by
ass
dudes.
grabbed a few times.
Haven't you said guys have hit on you and like
but I
in
haven't-
NASCAR?
I haven't just
They haven't got a little touchy feely?
no. Well,
E?
E?
yeah, but not in the way of like going to a bar.
No,
Just like
it was
some-
just one-on-one.
I don't care
guy
if it
that
was
tried
in a
to kiss
bar or
me.
in the street.
It's in
Well,
the
the guy
woods.
that tried to kiss me, that NASCAR story with the guy, he leaned over to kiss me.
Yeah.
I guess, but that wasn't the same.
Isn't there a more recent story? No?
Maybe, I don't know.
Jesus?
Yeah, there's been so many.
I
be honest.
I
Who
honestly
can count them
don't.
all?
Maybe I don't know.
Anonymous continues, I will still do it every once in a while for old time's sake. I'll make a beeline to a crowded area and grab the first ass I see. I do make it a point never to grab anyone that appears to be with someone. I don't want to get beat up. To see all these women with their hashtag Me Too makes me laugh because every girl I know has done something that someone else might consider sexual harassment if the roles were reversed. Suck it up, ladies, says Anonymous. Goodbye and good day. Signed, serial ass grabber. I am remaining anonymous to keep my good girl reputation.
Ooh,
Fine.
that means she could be hot.
You want to see women out on the night, and you want to see like how crazy they can be. Just go to a male strip club and watch the way the women will absolutely just dive on a
Dude,
noose.
go to a nightclub where there's
They
and
don't
watch them get
care.
real drunk. I mean,
Yeah.
look at
You know what the difference?
Do
There's
male strip clubs even exist anymore?
I don't
Are,
know.
like chicks
I'm
attending
sure.
them?
I'm sure they do for bachelorette parties and stuff. But the huge difference is because I know it's like cool. Oh, that's bullshit. If she's grabbing dicks, why can't I grab her titties? The difference is no guy is worried that chick is gonna like be capable of holding him down and raping him behind the bar. You know what I mean? And so there's just a different level of scariness to having a much bigger dude being inappropriate with a girl. Wouldn't you agree, Jay?
I would agree.
Yeah.
Agree with that.
And plus, we all love having our nooses grabbed. So, I mean, it's like, but for the most part, we're cool with it.
Aaron just chimed in, preach, brother, about Mike, quote, reading emails. Yeah. So you might want to read your emails. I think Aaron needs to get a hold of you.
I do read my emails. Why don't you guys text? It is 2017.
Oh, well, what did we have
and,
today?
And
You
I
didn't-
texted
didn't-
Aaron
didn't-
yesterday.
Didn't we have an incident earlier today where I texted something to Mike
God.
and you, and today he was like, wait, what? What's going on?
Jeez,
What?
this is like my
What?
freaking mom or dad putting me in the middle of the.
Isn't it true?
I call Mike Fady.
Isn't it true?
You can be Francis.
Yeah, it's not untrue.
What was the thing today? I'm sorry. I got a lot going on.
yeah,
I'm trying to
right.
put together a genius
Sure.
show. I'm working on a genius show. I
No,
mean,
you're playing dumb about some event, and it's like, dude, I texted you about that like 8 hours ago. E was on it too. E's just shaking his head like, yeah, totally.
What was it?
I don't know what it
remember
was.
anymore.
So many things I handle. I can't remember them all. While you look at that, Jeff with the G writes in, podcast bards, you guys have spoken at various times about men, women, and equal pay. Walters always says that he just doesn't believe that there are women who get paid less for just having a vagine. I have to say, I used to 100% agree, and I still think that most of those claims are horseshit and not really comparing apples to apples. But a couple of years ago, my wife, who's a trauma surgeon, was looking for her first attending physician job after finishing training in general surgery, critical care surgery, and trauma surgery at U of M, where she also got her MD. Well, sounds pretty qualified.
Yeah,
She also has a PhD. She's a ridiculously well qualified. She is ridiculously well qualified, and that's the point I'm making here. One practice was full of nice people. A weird part of the world of doctors is that spouses often get invited to later stages of the interview process. Compare that to lawyers, where spouses and families are often treated as distractions.
Totally.
But they seemed
They are,
weirdly,
too.
they seemed weirdly interested
are.
in the kind of law I practiced and in stressing their willingness to help me find work in a local law firm.
What is this, the Cosby family?
Seriously, it's
mean-
reversed though. He's Claire,
Yeah.
and she's Cliff.
Gotcha.
Fast forward to when they make her an offer, and it's almost embarrassing below the market rate for private practice general surgeons. Never mind my wife's additional trauma critical care training, which is what they really wanted her for. When she called them out on this, they actually told her, well, your husband is a lawyer, and his professional salary would make up the difference.
Wow, dude.
You.
Wow.
I can't believe they would say.
Well, that's the problem with having titties and vagines. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
You can sort of like
know what to
wink,
tell you.
wink, think that in the
Yeah.
background, but dude, you said it. Wow, that's so stupid.
I find that I'm not going to call him a liar. I'm not, but dude, that's crazy.
Now, it's maybe possible that this practice is just really cheap, but I have a hard time envisioning them telling a male surgeon that it is okay that he'd be paid way below market money because his wife was a lawyer and could make up the difference. I think only a woman gets told she should be happy with less because her husband makes enough money to make up for it. At best, maybe they cheap out on the dude too, but come up with some other bullshit excuse for why he should take less money. But I'm thinking not, because when my wife politely declined and pointed out that they literally every other offer she got was significantly better, they came back later and magically coughed up a lot more money.
Oh,
To
really?
the tune of around 25% more. Too little, too late at that point.
Yeah.
And before Walters chimes in with the point I suspect he might make, because I would once have too, my wife was neither asking for nor expecting any different schedule, conditions, or terms, and never has. She's not a mom. She's not on a mommy track professional. She
Yeah.
works the same schedule, takes the same calls, and works at worst at least as hard as her colleagues, male or female.
Yeah, but
In fact-
she's going to get tuckered out earlier in
That
the
is
day.
true. She is a woman.
In fact, doctors, and don't even mention that time of the month.
I know, right? I mean,
In
come
fact,
on,
doctors
guys.
who are employees of practices are often held to minimum numbers of RVUs they have to earn every year. Think sort of
Yeah.
like billable hours, Jay. And my wife has consistently
damn
hit her
RVUs.
minimum annual target about 6 months into each year. Dude, she's a grinder, man.
Yeah.
Imagine hitting your billable target every year by the 6-month mark. Oh my God. I'm sorry that this has been your experience with your wife, Jeff. My God. To give you an idea, I'm not just saying this out of bias or pride for my wife. As the parents of 2 young, 6 and 2 life burdens, my wife's crazy work schedule leaves me with a lot of heavy lifting, parentally speaking. My wife says
That's
I'm
not
almost
fair.
like a single parent. Given all that, it seems hard to explain why someone like her would ever be offered less money except because she's a woman. Surgery is still one of the last bastions of male-dominated professions, though, and until pretty recently, the difference in pay was so standard and so common that the company that tracks physician incomes actually kept separate income stats for male and female surgeons.
Wow.
I'm still not convinced that all women in all areas of the work world are subject to this kind of horse shit, but I'm no longer quite as convinced as I used to be that all claims of pay gap are bullshit. Anyway, keep up the good work. Goodbye, BUI, Jeff
That's
with a G.
crazy.
Yeah, you said that all along, that you've seen it firsthand. You've
have.
done law work that's dealt with this, and I called you a liar. I apologize for that, but it's probably somewhere in there, because that does make a lot of sense. The argument of, hey, a guy's track and a female track goes in different directions, and then you want to claim that you deserve the same pay, blah, blah, blah. That's an age-old argument. But if that's truly going on, it's honestly really hard for me to wrap my head around.
It is truly going on. It's just an archaic, and
Yeah.
and some of it might not be like intentional, but just like, oh, it's just the notion we've always had. Well,
Yeah.
and just kind of keep her at this and guy at this, and
I would just I don't know. Maybe I'm naive, and I can plead ignorance because I just can't imagine. It's like this girl and this guy come in. They went to the same school. They have the same level of blah
Yeah.
blah blah. They come in for 2 jobs, and it's like you're just going to give her 25% less. That seems insane, to the point that I'm like, yeah, who would do that? No woman would do that. You'd be a monster to do that. But apparently, it goes on. It's just shocking. That's all.
save the rest for Monday, Mike.
All
And
right.
wish Big E the best of luck on Saturday.
Yep.
Remember, anyone
Even
that
though you
gets
dropped the ball bigly on
disagree.
this day in history tomorrow, dude, we want to wish you well. I mean, what are you up right now? I mean, is she still charging?
13,739. So, I mean, man, if you can get it to 15,000, you can have lunch at the Manor with
Dinner.
my
You
parents.
said dinner.
Oh, sorry, dinner. I apologize. Dinner at the Manor. Mongoloid Aaron Rodgers, my sister,
You can
Tony.
the dining room couch you can
Dining
sit
room
on. You
couch.
can see the couch that E beats off on. You can see
Yes.
his bedroom.
You're allowed to see Nana's room.
You can smell Nana
Can you
in
go
there.
into Nana's room, or did we just standing
I might
outside?
have to do some roping offs,
Yeah.
it's a museum, so. No,
right.
I'm just kidding.
But that's on the table. Anyone that gets him over 15 grand, please do not let us lose to Catherine.
Honestly,
please.
please.
She's making a charge. She's taking it seriously. We cannot lose to Catherine.
This is something we can do. That's the thing. Like this is when they talk
Yeah.
when you're on a team, and you control your own destiny. We control our own destiny here.
Yeah.
So
Let's make it happen. Good luck, E. I'll see you at the Townsend, along with
sir.
some of the listeners that are going. We'll look for you Saturday night. That's going to be a lot of fun. And have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you next week.
You've You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.